they'll say what we're doing is somehow unconstitutional or illegal.
They're concerned about the 94-year-old mother who skips a check.
Mussolini, whatever.
Let's hop into another Fox News interview, this time with the one and only President Musk himself. As we prepare to fact check his lies, make sure to hit the like button. We will very much need it with this episode, and let's get right in.
These NGOs that are crazy, like the $2 billion to Stacey Abrams' NGO that basically didn't exist and suddenly gets $2 billion awarded from the federal government. Why? And there are many such cases like that.
I think that most people, common sense-wise, would say the fraud's got to end.
Yeah.
They're concerned about the 94-year-old mother who skips a check.
Now, tell me why Elon Musk, supposed genius with access to government files, is misrepresenting $2 billion to Stacey Abrams and says he doesn't know what for. Shouldn't he know what for? Why aren't you doing your job? So, I mean, to clarify, I'll do the research that the right can't. Stacey Abrams didn't receive a grant. Power Forward Communities did, which is a coalition of 5 nonprofits who build and upgrade homes to be energy inefficient, clean energy inefficient specifically, while also lowering people's bills in doing so. Stacey Abrams is not connected to this nonprofit, the community of it. She briefly advised one of those 5 nonprofits in a temporary role prior to the time of the grant, wasn't associated with it at the time of the grant, isn't in any other way associated with these companies. She was paid to do a job for a few weeks. And of which of this grant, by the way, only $539 million has even been spent, used to create affordable housing, improve air quality, and create good paying jobs. So pretty well spent, I would say. Also didn't come out of nowhere in terms of the company. They invested $100 billion the year prior to the grant, so clearly doing pretty good work, had a history of doing good work. To show you, this is just to show you how easy it is to debunk these clowns on literally 15 minutes of research.
I mean, you have been called a Nazi, a white supremacist, a fascist.
I mean, they've got the sort of their
just to
normal
name
playbook.
a few. Yeah.
I mean, they've still got it. They haven't. I guess they still need to call me Stalin, Mussolini. Whatever.
Yeah, things that never happened for 500 on that magazine cover. But what I want you to notice is how there was no actual denial here. There was no saying, no, I am not. And this is how neo-Nazis work. He notably also has never once said that he didn't do a Nazi salute, because why would he? And alienate a massive base for him in the party he represents. It's the same with Trump as well, where they want to walk these lines. It's purposeful and done with intent. Thus, it's not something we should pretend isn't real. It's scary, though, to see how brazen they are about it now that they have successfully taken power.
Usually when they attack those, they never attack any of the specifics. So they'll say what we're doing is somehow unconstitutional or illegal or whatever. We're like, well, which line of the cost savings do you disagree with? And they can't point to any. And we list them all on doge.gov.
Okay, I'll go, since apparently nobody can. First, you're overstepping the appropriations clause of the Constitution, which pretty clearly states no money shall be drawn from the Treasury, but in consequence of appropriations made by law, meaning in layman's terms, the power of the purse is with Congress because they make the law. Once it is approved, no one can mess with it. This is also backed by the Impoundment Control Act, signed into law decades ago. I know, the pesky law and Constitution. You're also looking into agencies that you're trying to compete against for contracts, like the FAA with Starlink, and those who pay you to the tune of $8 million a day, like NASA with Starlink. This is a clear ethics violation, a conflict of interest, and more, if not just outright corrupt. Into specifics, I mean, on that Doge website that you mentioned, you also have to consistently revise numbers down by the billions because you lie about them. But you don't ever do the press conferences about that, so people don't know it as much. Just like you just did with Stacey Abrams, and I showed how you did it, like you did with condoms to Gaza, 50 million, and never happened. But like you did with Politico, getting millions, literally never happened. Is that specific enough?